handling. Okay, so this for the development, e-content development, you have to be very comfortable enough in the softwares and also tools, because using the tools and softwares only we can able to develop this e-content for your subject. So first you have to be choose one particular subject you are more specialized in. Okay, so after that, say for example you are specialized in the marketing management, right? So in this marketing management, like there are some syllabus curriculums are there. Okay, so based on the, you have to split into this. Say for example marketing management, like we take in unit 1. Okay, so in the unit 1, how many hours you are going to take? Say for example 9 hours you are going to take. So in this 9 hours you have to split it as a module, 9 module, right? So in this 9 module, like first module, like every 20 minutes. So why I'm saying this 20 minutes means, we all know that any human being can able to give a 100% concentration only for a 20 minutes, right? After that, normally they'll be deviated from their class. So for that, I'm suggesting that any e-content can be 20 minutes. Maybe this 20 minutes video, after that you can add some activities. Say for example, you can add some case study, you can add some quizzes, you can add some kind of a physical, not physical activity, some kind of like written activity, or some kind of like a puzzles you can add, or some kind of aptitude questions you can be added. Maybe some questions which is relevant to your subject also you can add. Okay, so every 20 minutes you have to add some kind of an activity, then you can start your video e-content or audio e-content. So e-content may be not like only a video, like recording and talking and recording. That is not only a e-content. You can be e-content, maybe any material which is you can upload at the net. Either maybe a PDF, either maybe a PPT, either maybe audio with video, right? Either maybe a text with video. There are a video which is there in the YouTube channel, like a person is like some mobiles was keeping at the top, and the person is writing mathematics. So he is writing in the paper, like one problem he is solving in the paper, that was recording in the video, and that was recorded and was uploaded in the YouTube channel. That is also an e-content. Okay, so this e-content can be taken for all the subjects. When mathematics, if you're handling computer science, if you're handling some kind of a theory paper, so any theory paper, any problematic paper, financial management, or for engineering students, you want to handle some papers for civil engineering, or for example like automobile engineering, for aeronautical engineering, for any subject you can use this e-content, right? So let me see how you are going to develop and what are the phases of development, right? In this e-content, what are the things to be added, right? All those things we are going to see. My session for another 1.5 hours, 1 hour 45 minutes. This session have to be very interactive session. I would like to ask you one question. So before like going to a class, or maybe in the class before a pandemic, I'm just telling. Okay, before the class, what you will do? You will be prepare some kind of a PPT. You will prepare a PPT and you will present the PPT and you will handle a class to the students, right? So you will be standing in front of the students. You will be handling the classes, right? Or else like without a PPT, or you will use OHP, or you will handle a class, right? Or sometimes what you will do, you will be like doing some kind of an activity, and through that activity you try to make a students to understand the concept. There are different methodology or a pedagogy we have used in your classes, right? Let me ask you one question, right? So this PPT, you know, once you prepare a PPT, normally most of the classes we used to see like preparing a PPT. Even for the NPTEL courses in the SWAYAM and all, what they are doing, they are preparing a PPT, and with that side PPT, what they are doing, they are giving some kind of a video, right? Along with the audio and the video, they are doing it. Okay, that one particular concept I would like to explain you on, right? So this software called Active Presenter. Okay, before going to this Active Presenter software, we must know like what are the phases, 6 phases you have to go through it to prepare a final e-content development. Okay, we'll see, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to see the PPT which I'm going to present now. Okay, Can you able to see the screen? Put it in the chat box. Can you able to see the screen clearly, visibly? Now, can you able to see the screen?
Now it is okay, ma'am.
Fine. Okay. So first and foremost thing is like what is e-content is all about. It is a digital content. It is a anything with either audio or a video or a PPT or a PDF or written, whatever it means, which you can upload it in the internet. Okay. So delivered content over a network-based electronic device we called as an e-content. Okay. So forms of e-content. If we talk about e-content, what are things to be? Like if you want to impress the audience through e-content, okay, your audience, maybe the students, normally audience are the students, okay? If your students would be quite interested to listen your e-content or hear your e-content, these are the things which have to be added in the e-content. First and foremost thing, text, okay? For any topic you're taking, example like functions of human resource management, if that is the topic you're taking, the text supposed to be there, right? So text, then relevant pictures should be there in the e-content. So whatever the topic you're taking, whatever the sub content you're taking, you have to find out the pictures which is relevant, and using the picture itself, it can explain to you. So how I have added some picture here, right? Same, normally you will do while preparing a PPT itself, we used to use pictures, we used to add some pictures in the PPT. Same way in the e-content also, if picture is there, something which is more interesting for them to understand by seeing the picture itself, right? Then sound, some kind of an audio, your voice can be added, or some musics can be added, because then only the e-content will be very interesting, right? Then video, right? If suppose like if suppose my face is not showing in the presentation, so is it like it won't be very interesting to listen that what actually what I'm taking class, right? So the video should be there, some kind of an animation to be added, because when we like even when we talk about like when we're eating something, like if you're so hungry, okay, if you're eating, if have like lot kind of materials are available, sorry, lot kind of dishes are available. Example, ice cream is there, pickle is there, and appalam is there, kootu, all those things are there. You'll be very interesting to eat, and also you will be satisfied. Same way in e-content also, these things are there. If you added all these things, this particular e-content, what you're delivering will be very interesting for the audience. Then presentations. So these are the forms of e-content which I would like to tell you, right? The next one is phases of e-content. There are 6 phases are there. So first and foremost phase is like analysis phase, okay? When we talk about this analysis phase, so before you're going to take a topic, right? You have to analyze, okay, whether you're a subject expert, whether you're really expert enough. You're taking the first time you're taking that particular subject, or if you're 10 years you have handled that particular subject, obviously you are an expert for the particular subject. So you have to be analyze yourself, how far I'm comfortable enough to handle that particular subject. You have to analyze, you have to do a self-analysis, that is important. Then target audience. So who are the audience, whether they UG students or they are a PG students, so that you have to analyze their skills, you have to analyze it, okay? Normally we'll talk like in a class there are 3 types of students, 3 categories of students will be there. One is like a bottom layer student, other one is middle layer students, other one is creamy layer students, okay? Same way, like you have to be categorized as to your audience, you have to understand their skills, so that you have to do analyze. First one is you have to do a self-analysis, how far you're comfortable in the subject. Second one, you have to analyze your audience, their skills, everything. And third one is objective. For any topic, you have to frame an objective. Whether this topic is application oriented or whether it is an understanding oriented. We talk about this Bloom's taxonomy, right? Remember, understand, analyze, apply, evaluate. So that objective, that you have to be clear enough. Then second one is, fourth one is budget of e-content. So what will be the budget? Normally, like when we prepare this e-content, like So many softwares are available, free source softwares are there, or open source softwares are there. Some softwares are licensed softwares are there. So if it is a licensed software, if it is a open source software, you have to pay something, right? Then only you can able to use that particular software. So what is the budget for that particular software, and along with this, delivery methods. So what kind of delivery you're going to use, whether you're going to give an audio delivery or a video delivery or a text delivery, what delivery you're going to do, that you have to be analyzed. So these are the 5 things which have to be analyzed before starting your e-content process. Okay, so first one is analyze phase. And second one is, after deciding of all those things, you have to come with a development phase. In this development phase, you have to mixing all the text, as we have discussed in the 2 slides before, forms of e-content. Same way you have to mix it. So text, audio, video, animation, references, blogs, links, multiple choice questions. Okay, this MCQ questions, even this NPTEL courses when we are attending, I hope you all have attended this YM NPTEL courses. So every time they'll be giving an assignment, first week, second week assignments, in that they'll be asking this MCQ questions. Same way in your e-content also, every 20 minutes over, you can add some kind of a 2 questions, 3 questions as a MCQ. Okay, then you can able to identify whether this particular concept which you have taken for a 20 minutes, which is understanding or not. Okay, so you can add this MCQ. You will have to add of all those things. You have to develop that e-content. Okay, and third one is like design phase. See, after this analyze process over, after this development process over, you have to go with design phase. So in the design phase, what you have to do, you have to plan the e-content preparation. You have to identify the relevant software, and you have to identify what are the required skill which is needed to use that particular software for yourself, right? Then creative and innovative interactions of like text, pictures, videos. You have to take all those things. You have to create separate folder. You have to add all those things. Okay, so in the design phase you have to do it, and after this design phase is over, you have to go for a testing phase. So after whether this you have done a development, you have done a design phase, you have to go with testing of whether any spelling mistake is there, any content error is there, picture is a clarity picture is there, can able to view the picture, and the picture relevant picture, there is a relevant videos are added, any non-sync is there. If that, suppose like if you're giving a video, when you're giving a video, in the right hand side some picture you're adding, the content what you're delivering, the same way the picture have to be posted, right? In that when you're playing the video, so that you have to see to it relevant video, clarity picture, appropriate audios have added or not, and timing of animations and hyperlinks are tested. Everything you have to be check in the testing phase. Okay, after that, everything, the testing process over, design, development, analysis, everything is over. You are implementing it in a Paka way, right? How you're going to install it, how you're using it, and what are the difficulties, technical difficulties we are facing it. Okay, everything you will be doing it. It checks with the product accuracy, quality maintenance. In particular, you're suppose you created the e-content by adding the video, audio, text, everything. Now you are checking the quality, the accuracy, everything, right? And next one, evaluation phase. So after this over, this e-content, you can ask your experts, some kind of a subject experts, from your peers, from your colleagues, from your boss, from your head of the department. You're just giving and getting a feedback how this e-content is all about, right? So feedback from both learners and also from the instructors. After the feedback reactions, the e-content is redesigned for effective delivery of e-content. Suppose there's anything to be changed, you can redesign again, and you have to be revamp that particular e-content. Then you have to be put it to your audience, put it to your students. Okay, this is was the 6th phase. Now can you put it in the chat box? What are the 6 phases we have discussed? Can anyone put it in the chat box? What is the first phase? Dear participants, put it in the chat box. What is the first phase we have discussed? Can you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the first? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Okay. What is the first phase we have discussed? Can anyone put it in the chat box? or else you can unmute your mic and answer. What is the first phase we have discussed? What are the 6 phases? In that, what is the first phase?
Analysis
Exactly,
phase.
ma'am. Analysis. Very good, ma'am. Very good. What is the second phase?
Development phase.
Super, super, ma'am. What is the third phase?
Design phase. Design phase.
Ma'am?
Design phase. Third phase is design phase, ma'am.
Design phase. Yes,
Design.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Design phase. What is the fourth phase?
Testing phase.
Correct, ma'am. Correct. Implementation phase.
Implementation
And
phase.
last one is validation. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. Kindly mute your mic. Kindly mute your mic. Fine. Okay. Now, normally we used to prepare a PPT. Okay. For any classes before a pandemic and all, what we'll do most, like if it is syllabus like in unit 1 9 hours a day, from that like any 2 hours or 3 years you used to handle a class using a PPT. With that PPT, how you can develop an e-content in a very simple way. That is what I'm going to teach you. It is very simple steps. You can do it. You can implement in your classes too, right? Active Presenter is a software. It is a free software. You can download it. This is applicable for 31-bit laptop, 61-bit laptop, Linux software for Linux laptop. Like any laptop which either you're using a desktop, whatever, this particular software fit for everything, for any laptop or a desktop or whatever it may be, right? So this e-content Active Presenter, which is there in the just type Google, you just type Active Presenter. In this first software, atomsystem.com. In this first software, e-learning, authoring software and training video editor. So this will come. Okay, you just click this and you can able to see this website, their website, Atomy. So in this you can download an Active Presenter, right? So this particular software, it's there, Active Presenter 7, Active Presenter 8. Active Presenter 6 is also there. Okay, so this will useful for a Mac laptop and desktop and Windows. Okay, so this Active Presenter, I have installed. My laptop is like just a very simple 32-bit laptop, Windows 7 I'm using. So for me, I have downloaded Active Presenter 6. Okay, same way. So what laptop we are using? So based on that, you can choose this particular method. You can use it, right? So this is where you have to download it. Once you download it, this is the home page which you can able to see. Okay, so this is the Active Presenter. This is the home page. In this, you can able to see open and your new project, right, and new capture. Okay, these are the 3 options is there. Open is nothing but which is already you have done something in the Active Presenter, which will open here. And new capture, if it is new, first time you are going to create e-content using this Active Presenter, it will go to new capture. Then, and third one is new project. Fine. Okay. So just click new project. This is the first time you're going to create e-content this new project. Just click new project. Then after this new project clicked, this pop-up menu will open. In this pop-up menu, okay, the first option is new capture. Okay, you just click that new capture. Then you have to give the name. What is the name you're going to give? Say, for example, marketing management, unit 1, module 1. Like this, you have to give the name for that particular file. Then this particular option is like where your file have to be saved. So the which place you have to, whether it is in the desktop, whether it is in the E drive, which place you want to save it, you just click browse and you have to save it. Then there is an option called record movie streaming video, right? This you have to click it and click OK. After clicking this, you can able to see this pop-up menu. Okay, in this pop-up menu, you can customize the screen, right? Like you can like I'll show you a demo there. You can able to understand what is customize is all about. Okay, so the entire screen have to be recorded, or only this particular screen have to be recorded. That you can design, and based on the size also you can able to enlarge the screen, or you can reduce the screen size. Okay, and here since I have implemented this, I have installed this Active Presenter 6. There you cannot able to record your face using a web camera, but this particular option, Active Presenter 8 have an option called Active Presenter 7 and 8 have an option called you can record your face using a web camera. If everyone, I hope in everyone laptop have a web camera is there. If web camera is there, your face will be recorded at somewhere else. So which place your face want to show it, and what is the size of your face you want to show it, that you can able to customize. So that option will be come here, because I have using this Active Presenter 6, so that this option is not here. But I'll repeat, in Active Presenter 7 and 8, that option is there. You can able to record your audio too, I mean video too. Your face can able to see when you're talking something, right? And here you can increase your volume or you can decrease your volume. Then there you can able to see this red color button. Just click this red color button. Once you clicked it, your screen will be recorded, your audio will be recorded, and if you are installing Active Presenter 7 or 8, your face will be recorded in the Active Presenter using the webcam. I hope till this stage you can able to understand, right? And the next stage is like this it's ask press Control plus end. If you can use a key to click, if you want to stop this recording option, you can use Control plus end. Okay, using this keyboard. Okay, just 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The recording process will be started. Your screen recording, audio recording, and your face recording. Right, and you just open this PPT. So in this PPT, this is a screen which once you have handled, once you have taken the classes, once you have added audio, once you have added, once you have screen is recorded. So you just click end button. After this pop-up menu will open. So in this you can add text, in this you can add image, in this you can add any audio to be added. You can do it, right? And next one, there was an option called export, and this click export, and you can click this video option, and it will take like 5 to 6 minutes. After this will be recorded, this audio, video, this PPT, like whatever the screen which is recording, that will be converted as a video, right? And that video you can share to your audience or the students, whatever it is. This is very simple way, okay, which you are going to this will be saved. The video will be saved where you asked, like the saved option you have clicked already, right? So there in that particular folder, this video will automatically go on save, right? So we'll see the demo of this, how to use this Active Presenter, right? I'm going to show this to you. So here there is an option called Active Presenter. So this was the this way the shape will be there. Just click this, open. So I'm now opening my PPT too. Right. So it will take some time to open this Active Presenter. Just a few minutes. Yeah, this is the home screen. Can you able to see? Okay, this is the home screen of Active Presenter when you open it. Okay, in this there is an option called New Project. In this you just click New Project. So in this, the record movie streaming video. So this option you can click. Fine. So you can able to see this pop-up menu will come. Now you just open the PPT. Okay. You just open this PPT. If you want, you can give a slideshow, or you don't need, like, you just leave it. Okay. Now it will ask like which area to be recorded. screen, the entire screen have to be recorded. If you click entire screen, the entire screen will be recording. No, I don't want to show the entire screen. I just want to show only the slide. You just can able to do a custom option. So in this, you can customize like this. You can customize this. Fine. Then, if you want to increase the volume, you can increase your volume. Right. So I already told you I have installed Active Presenter 6. If you are using a MacBook or you have a laptop Windows 7 62-bit, so there you can install Active Presenter 7 or 8. So in that there is an option called like video, like using a webcam, your face will be recorded somewhere, right hand side or left hand side, that you can customize it, where this face cap to be here or here. Okay, that you can do it in this here. One option will be there that you can click it. Okay, now I'm just going to click this red color button. From there, after this 3 seconds over, it will automatically start recording the screen and your audio and plus your face. Okay, I'm going to record it. 3, 2, 1. Good morning all. I'm going to see a topic called e-content. So e-content is nothing but electronic content or a digital content. It is a delivery content over a network-based electronic devices. So we are going to see these forms of e-content. In this, we are going to see text, pictures, sounds, videos, animation, presentations. So all these things you have to be added to bring this e-content in a very impressive way for the audiences. And phases of e-content is like there are 6 phases are there: analysis phase and development phase. Next one is like design phase. The next one is development phase, implementation phase, evaluation phase. Okay, so next one we are going to see this Active Presenter. Now I have recorded the screen, I have recorded the audio. So I'm going to stop this. Here there was a small pop-up menu which you can able to see this. There the option called stop. Okay, just stop preparing a capture slides. It was preparing this capture slides. Immediately the screen will open. Exactly, the screen you can able to this you can able to see the screen. In the screen, if you want to add some shapes in between in the slides, like if you want to add some shapes, you can do it. Okay, you want to maybe you forget to add some comments. If you want to add some comments, you can do it. You can able to do it. If you want, you can delete it. Some kind of animations, you can do it. You can add some text. You can add some text. You just see all these things. You can use all those things in this Active Presenter. Okay, now let me preview this what we have recorded for this 3 minutes. We'll preview it. Okay, this is Can anyone unmute your mic and say whether it is, can you able to listen the audio? I mean that video what I'm playing, the preview what I'm playing.
No
Audio is not coming.
Yeah, because
the audio is not clear, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Fine. So this everything, screen, audio is recorded here. what I'm going to do, there is an option called export. You just click the export and just click the video. If this content want to be in video, if you want, you can, or if you want to be in image, or if you want to be in video or HTML, PDF, in any format, if you want to export, you can export. Now I'm just clicking the video because I have a plan to prepare a video content. So I'm just clicking, once you're clicking this video, this will ask, right, sample rate, bit rate, and format, which format you want to be, that also you can decide. And the video size also you can do it, what will be the size, width, what will be the video height. If you want to do any alteration, you can do it. Even same way in the audio also, any changes you want to make, you can make any changes here also, right? Everything you can do it. Okay, once you have done it, again it will ask you where this video have to be where this video have to be saved. I have chosen desktop. In the desktop, this video have to be recorded. Okay, so I'm just clicking in browse. Again, I'm choosing this desktop option. Okay, it's asking where it wants to be, so I'm just recording. I'm just giving a name, FTP KSR. I'm just clicking like this. Yeah, FTP KSR. Just click save. Fine. I'm just giving it. Okay, it will take 2 to 3 minutes to export particular file. So after this exporting process over, this was converted as a video. See, if it is an active presenter 7 or 8, your face also will be recorded here. Okay, somewhere wherever your face want to be, you can customize that. You can move that particular image, and you can able to record. Okay, so this, since it is an active presenter 6, I cannot able to record using a webcam. Okay. So this is the way you can able to convert it as a video, okay, using this active presenter. Fine. Okay, this is the way you can able to you have a PPT which you have prepared for the last year and all. If you have prepared, you try it in the active presenter. So you just add your audio and video, record it. 20 minutes. First 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Just give a gap. 20 minutes. Then add some quiz, then again 20 minutes some kind of audio you can add it. Okay, if you do it for like 60 minutes, if you convert it, if you share it, maybe you can upload it in your drive, and you can share that particular link to your students. Or if you have a YouTube channel, or if you have any separate like sharing intranet, some kind of thing is there in your college, you can share that particular link anytime. You can retrieve that anytime. You can students can able to see it. Okay, one particular option is that, like, once normally when we are taking the class, no, that time we won't do any recording. Okay, when we do this recording process, Even if some student is absent, is not coming to the college regularly, or he is absent, or he is not understanding the concept, especially when we take this statistics subject, mathematics subject and all. If you once you record, like people, some students or like have some kind of a grabbing power is very less. Okay, this video if you share to them, it is very easy for them. Again and again, he can repeatedly seeing the video, you can able to understand the concept what you're taking, right? This is one particular software which would like to share you all. Okay, next we are going to see the tools of e-content. Okay, by this I hope everyone have understand the following. Okay. Can you able to see the screen? Can you able to see the PPT? Can you able to see this PPT?
Yes,
Ma'am,
yes, ma'am.
PPT is not visible, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay,
It's visible
okay,
to me,
1 minute,
ma'am.
ma'am,
But
1 minute.
maximize your PPT, ma'am.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Now, sir.
No, ma'am. No.
Now,
It is missing, ma'am. No, ma'am. Just your only PPT is missing, ma'am.
1 minute, sir. Maybe this present option went, I think so.
Yes, yes.
Now, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. Fine. But maximize your PPT, ma'am.
Now the PPT is visible.
It is visible.
If I maximize, no. If I'm
Is it okay? Is it
okay,
okay,
if I
ma'am?
maximize, no, I cannot able to see the chat box and all. What message? What?
No, no, ma'am. Is right. It's so fine.
Can
Fine,
you
fine.
able to
Please
read
carry.
it? Oh, it's okay. Fine, fine. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
ma'am. Thank you.
So we are going to see the other tools which will help for developing e-content. Okay. See, these are tools. See, normally the e-content when we take, there are 5 tools which is necessary. If you use these 5 tools, then this e-content will be very impressive for the audience, and also it will be pakka professional e-content as per UGC or MHRD is saying, right? So normally this e-content, when we go for any university jobs, or when we are going for any central government job, central university college, central universities, when you apply, no, there is a column called in the application, you have developed any e-content. Okay, so that was the necessary requirement which nowadays UGC is expecting. Even that is also is coming under as one of the point in APA score. Okay, they are going to add in APA score. Normally, the articles, how many articles we published, or how many like books we have published, normally that will be there in the APA score. But when we talk about for the professors, associate professors, this e-content development is one of the point or ranking which they are adding for our APA score. So if you want, so you have to start learn to develop this e-content. Even I am also in the learning process. I'm using different softwares. How professionally we can develop an e-content. So that is there, right? So this e-content development, when we talk, there are 5 tools. A very important tool we have to add it. One is graphic editing tool. Other one is video editing tool. And third one is audio editing tool, and fourth one is animation tool, and fifth one is authoring tool. Okay, the graphic editing tool help you to do a lot of graphics in your video, and video editing tool, you can add video, whether your video can be recorded over a phone, or some camera, using a camera you can record it, and using the particular software you can bring that video in a colorful way by adding a pictures, by adding images, by adding a text, right? Then audio editing tool, like how you can add an audio or a music or some kind of a sound. If you want to add it, you can do this audio editing. A lot of softwares are there in audio editing tool. Then animation is very important. Nowadays the students are very impressive. If any video or audio have a lot of animations, Okay, they'll be very impressive enough, and that particular video become a viral video in Facebook or YouTube or whatever it may be. So animation is very important, animation tool. Then authoring tool. Authoring tool will help you to integrate of all these tools, graphic, video, audio, animation, everything will be integrated and come as it will be helpful to bring this e-content as a pakka 100% output. This authoring tool will be helpful. Okay. Normally when we take any softwares, so there are a lot of softwares are there for all these 5 tools. So there are softwares categorized into 3 ways. One is freeware software. For freeware software, you don't need to pay it, and there is for download that particular software, you don't need to pay. Simply download it. Okay. Just you can work on it, like how this Active Presenter, which we have seen right now, the 2 minutes before. Okay. And second one is open source software. Open source software, there is no charge for a downloading. You can use it for a trial, right? And after for a two trials or a 10 days trial or 1 week trial, they will be giving. That will be differentiate from software, different softwares. Okay, so that you can use it, but after that you have to register and you have to pay some amount, and they'll be giving some user code. So using that user code, you can use your you can develop your e-content in that particular software. Okay. Then proprietary software is nothing but it is a licensed software. You have to pay for it. Even for a download also, you have to get license of all those things, and you have to use it. Okay. So this 3 kinds of software which is available for all these tools, right? So before downloading it, you have to see it whether what kind of software is this, free source or open source or a proprietary software, that you have to see it, and based on your comfortability, based on your budget, you can opt your software, and also how far you're comfortable enough in particular software, and what really this e-content have to be, whether it have to be in a video e-content, whether it have to be audio e-content, or whether it is a mixture of audio and video and an image or a text. So which software will be very useful, that you have to identify it, and you have to choose a software for your particular laptop. And also what laptop, what desktop you are using, that is also a matter which will make you to use this software in a free way, in a flexible way, right? So we are going to see the tools. First and foremost one, we are going to see a graphic tool. One particular software called Drawpad Graphics Editor. In this Drawpad Graphic Editor is an easy to use software. So you can use pencil, how we have normally the paint is there, no? Same way in the Drawpad also you can draw, you can write, you can add text, you can give colors, you can using a brushes. Okay, it is very used. It is a graphic composition. You can do a you can manipulate that. You can do a manipulation. Everything is possible in the Drawpad or graphic editor software. It is a free software which you can download it and you can use it like Active Presenter, right? Next one is this is the home screen of a Drawpad software. So in this you can use you can draw a line, you can add some shades, you can do it, you can edit some images, you can import some images, you can edit some images. In this image you can add text. Okay, and you can, if you want to add some colors, if you want to convert that image as a blur image, everything is possible in the Drawpad software. Okay. And next graphic tool is like Inkscape. Okay, this Inkscape software, it will be comfortable for a Linux. If you have a Linux, if you have a Mac OS or a Windows X or desktop computers, Windows laptop or a desktop computers you have, you can download it. It is an open source software. Okay, you can like download it, you can do it. Again, this will be helpful for drawing and editing of things. You can do a graphic in the Inkspace. Okay. Next one is MyPaint. So MyPaint is also free and open source software. You can do a lot of digital painting. You can do, you can draw. You can, if you want to draw something and you want to explain it, you just draw it and add some audio. You have to draw it and you have to add some audio through audio tool. Okay, in the future class, in the future slides, we are going to see this audio software. Okay, so this is also there. And other one is Photoshop. This Photoshop is a licensed software. So if you want to pakka image, very professional image you want to create, or you want to edit that particular image, or you want to like same layer, this we used to say that the picture வந்து கொஞ்சம் crack illama, you can rectify the crack and all in the image is possible in the Photoshop. Even in the photo studio they use this Photoshop. Even they can remove the pimples also, the photos, right? So everything it's possible in the Photoshop. Okay, Photoshop, image editing, you can do a layer concept, you can composition of many images is possible in the Photoshop software, but it is a licensed software, right? SketchUp is a Google SketchUp is a software. You can do a 3D image. Normally in the YouTube channel there are a lot of videos are coming in a 3D image, so that is possible in SketchUp software. And GIMP is a software. It's a 2D image editor. It's an open source software. You can create, you can edit, you can process, or you can also view a picture in it. You can do a 2D image. Okay, it is an alternative for a Photoshop. Normally this Photoshop is a licensed software. So here you can use this particular software. It's an open source software. So it is an alternative for a Photoshop. You can say, for example, normally in the even in your college functions, if you have any plan to create a brochure, and if you want to create any logo for your department, that is possible in this GIMP software. You can edit the scratches in the images, also possible in this GIMP software. Okay. An audio editing tool. This audio editing tool will help you to edit an audio, right? Or if you want to record your own audio, that is there. Or if you want to add some music in this audio, sometimes suppose you are conducting a quiz. Okay, after this 20 minutes presentation is over, for a 10 minutes you are planning to conduct a quiz. So where if you're adding some music, if you want to add some music in this audio, that is possible in this audio editing software called WavePad. Okay, so this particular WavePad software is useful for Windows and Mac, and it is an open source software, right? And next one is Audacity. Audacity also, again, it is a open source software. You can able to record, you can able to edit, you can able to process, and you can able to listen that particular sound. That is possible. And this particular Audacity software is useful for Windows, comfortable for Windows, Mac OS, GNU, Linux, and other operating system. It will be useful. And this Audacity software, most of the academic institutions, they are using it for adding their for taking classes, like they're taking their recording. Open this, like I'll show you. Okay, this is the Audacity software. This is the home screen of Audacity software. In this, you can able to record, or if you want to upload, you can upload. Okay, you can import some audios, which is there in some files. You can import it, and you can able to increase the sound volume. If you want to decrease the sound volume, that is possible. Theater sound, if you which kind of sound which you want, that is also possible. You can able to do a settings. Okay. So all these possible in this Audacity software. Okay. Can you able to see the PPT? Can you able to see the PPT? Can anyone unmute your mic?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. And next audio editing tool is Magisto. This particular software, you can able to make your video audio is possible. Then you can do this editing process. You can do audio editing. If you want to cut something, suppose in the last class we have recorded this active presenter. At the end of the slide, some end of the last 20 seconds audio to be cut. That is possible, right? That audio can be cut. Okay, if you want to join, if two audios are there, okay, two separate files are there, the two separate files also possible, you can possible to add it. Okay, so you can add a soundtrack. It is a free and open source software. Okay. And Filmora Wondershare software, this is a video editing tool. So this Filmora Wondershare, if you want to record video, you can do it. If you want to, if already you recorded somewhere, you just importing that video. If you want to add some image, if you want to add some audio, if you want to add some music, and if you want to do animations, okay, in the pictures or images which you are adding, everything is possible in Filmora Wondershare. In this particular software, it's a free open source software which you can download it, and this is suitable for any operating system, whether you are using Windows or whether you're using Linux or Mac. So whatever the operating system you're using, which laptop you're using, you can able to see it. Okay, so I'm going to show you a small demo of how to use this Filmora Wondershare. Okay. Fine. So here I'm just opening this. It takes another 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. Right. So once you click it, this is the menu. It will open. This 4:3 is a very simple thing. It's an easy mode if you want to create this e-content. Just video. Just you have to add some kind of minute changes you have to done in the video. So this easy mode you can click, and full feature mode is you can do animation, add music, you can add audio, you can add images, you can add some kind of words to be added. Everything is possible in the full feature video. Here I'm clicking this full feature video, feature mode. Take just a minute to open this. Yes, this is the home screen, and this you can import. Suppose, say for example, I'm importing a media file which is there in my folder. Okay, fine. So and this is a video which already have recorded my mobile. Okay, this video I'm just importing. Yeah, just click that video, just drag it here. Very simple. You just drag it and fix it here. Yeah, it will fix it. Now I want to add as image. Okay, and also I want to add text. Say for example, the topic I have to give here, or I want to add some images in the right hand side. Okay, so just play it. It will be played. So this is a topic, like this video is all about a recruitment. So I just want to add some text here. Okay. So what I'm doing, like here, there is an option called text and credit. Okay. Here I'm just adding a text. So here lot of format is there. So which format if you want I can add it. Otherwise like my own text to be added. Okay, my own text to be added, that is also possible. So you can just click the text. I'm using this. Okay. So automatically it will come here. If you want to edit, just click edit. This is what I want to, the text what I have to add it. This you can do it. Just adding the text here. Okay, something differently. If you want, you can. Okay, fine. This thing, the color. If you want to change, you can change the color. Like I'm giving orange or something like that. Okay, so this is possible. Okay, so when I'm clicking here, the text will show here. So when the preview, it will hanging. Okay. So there you can see the text which you have added. Same way you can add image also here. Say for example, if you want to add some image which is relevant, the right hand side, if you want to add some image, that is also possible here. Okay. So just go to, so this text will come. So here. So I'm just choosing it's become very slow, it's hanging. Okay. So this particular image, you can fix it here. Okay. Then you can customize that where this image want to be, like maybe right hand side or left hand side, you can customize it here. Okay, you can add image, you can add a text. Okay, and if you want to do some animations, you can do animations. If you want to add some music, that is also possible. Say for example here, just import same way, file, just import media files, and this sample music I'm just adding here. So that is also possible. Same way, this music you can add it in the audio file. You have to fix it here. So automatically it will fix it here. So here, once if you added image here, if you added after you are adding your text, after you are adding your thing, Okay, you have to customize everything. Then you have to, there is an option called export. So in this, you just click the export, then you can convert it as a video after adding image, after adding this text or audio or whatever it may be. This is possible in Filmora Wondershare. Okay, so you can edit or you can cut the music if you want to, or if you want to cut any particular part to be cut, that is possible. So everything is possible in this particular software, right? See, again, this particular software, I have used it for 2 times or 3 times. I can able to convert, I can able to export that particular video, right? So after that, what will happen? Like it will show a watermark. They like you have to pay it. Okay. So once you paid it, the watermark, the Filmora Wondershare watermark won't be coming here. Okay. So you have to register. This is what I'm saying, that it is open source software, right? So they'll be like, what I'm trying to say is like, you have to pay. Once you pay, they'll give a user code. Just enter a user code and you have to work in it. Then you export, the Pakka video will come, right? So that is the thing. So let me close because it is hanging. This is my laptop is hanging. So let me close this. So okay, fine. Sorry, I don't know. My laptop was hanged, so I just came back. Fine. So we have seen this audio. We are seeing this audio editing tool, right? So let me press in the screen now. Can you able to hear your voice? Can you able to hear my voice? Sorry, I couldn't present my screen because it was
Now
hanged totally.
it's audible, ma'am.
Yes, yes, thank you. Fine. I, just a minute, let me try to present my screen.
Okay, ma'am, you try it, ma'am. Otherwise, it is not possible. You just comment audio, ma'am.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yes. Participants, please wait for some technical issue. We will solve very quickly. No problem. I think it's nice sessions going on. So there are one or two technical issues. So please wait.
Okay, so far we have seen this Filmora Wondershare software. The next software is VideoPad. The VideoPad is same like Filmora Wondershare. It is a free one open source software, and in this you can able to import a video which already you have recorded. And if you want to add music, if you want to add some effects, some kind of animations you want to add, you can add it in this VideoPad software, which is available. Like you just click it, VideoPad. It's a video editor professional. You just click that particular website. If you go, you can able to download it. And and one more very positive about this software we talk, it is accept any video format. Okay, there are a lot of video format is there. This VideoPad is accept any video format. And one thing is like one drawback is there when we talk about this film or Wondershare or Active Presenter. When you after completing all your recording option, all your adding music, images, everything, after exporting, it will take like maximum. If it is a video, is like a half an hour video. This film or Wondershare, it will take like a half an hour, 40 minutes. It will take to export the particular video. But this VideoPad, which I have tried it, it takes minimum 2 hours. Okay, that is the drawback for this VideoPad software. But the rest of the thing is it is very okay. Once like normally if you this same way it is in an open source software, again it will ask some code, but it won't give this video with their watermark. So without a watermark, you can able to export that particular video is possible. You can export it. But thing is like the exporting timing, it will take like 2 hours, minimum 2 hours. It will take this VideoPad. Okay. Once you just click it and export in the night time, if you create a video, if you just click it and export, and after this 2 hours, you just come back, it will be exported 100%. Okay. So that is the speciality of this VideoPad. Another video editing tool is like Microsoft Photo Story. This Microsoft Photo Story, it is a free application like Active Presenter. You no need to pay for it, and you no need to you no need to enter any user code, or you no need to register for anything. You can do this Microsoft Photo Story. In this, you can add your narrations, you can add your effects, you can add your transitions, you can add your background music, you can create a video movie file with a pan, you can give a zoom effect. Everything is possible in Microsoft Photo Story. And also this MB is also very less. I think 60 MB required for in your C drive. And this is applicable for Windows. Okay, for Windows, you can Windows 7 or 8. If you're using a Windows 10 also, it is possible, right? This video editing tool. Let me again, I'll just try to share my screen, okay, entire screen. Let me try this Microsoft Photo Story, okay. I'll just try to share a screen. Fine, okay. Micro Photo Story 3, okay, which I have installed in my laptop. Okay, can you able to see the screen? Can you able to see the screen? Can you able to see this Photo Story 3 Windows? Please, can you unmute your mic and respond?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you. So you want this
Yes,
photo
ma'am, you can
story
see.
3. Just,
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
thank you so much. So in this, there is an option called begin a new story, right? Just click this begin a new story and click next. Okay, this was the menu here. It will open. Here you can import a picture. Okay, suppose I'm importing a picture. So I'm taking from the drive. So here I'm this. So I'm just clicking this picture. Okay. Okay, I'm just clicking this picture. Okay. So you can here, you can able to customize this. You can remove this black screen is possible. So if you want to remove the black border, that is possible here. So like you can customize it. You can remove the black screen. Fine. Okay, I want to show only this. I want to show only this image. Okay, you can customize it. You can just click X. Just click OK. So you can able to somewhat you can remove the black screen. Next, okay, once you import that picture, and also you can edit. Also you can do it, customize it. You can again you can crop. Okay, crop is possible here. So once you cropped it, just close it. Now what are you supposed to do? Just click next. In this, you can add if you want to add some text. Example like here you want to give a topic like campus recruitment. Okay, suppose the topic is like source of recruitment. There is one source. This is campus recruitment. Just click a text here. Okay, so here you can align. You can do an alignment. The text where this text want to be, like whether it is the center or whether it have to be in the left align or right align or whether top or a center, wherever this text want to be, you can move it. Okay, and also you can choose the font also here. Yes, so you can choose the color based on the screen. So I'm choosing here red color. So I'm bold oblique or font I'm using, and also I'm increasing the size, font size also is possible. Just click OK. Or I want to know, I just want to reduce this size, that is possible here. Okay, so campus recruitment. After this text is added, you just click next, right? Then you can add audio, right? So I just want to talk something about this particular slide, campus recruitment. Okay, so say for example here, sometimes what we'll do when we are talking, when we start talking, sometimes we used to struck what is the next point we want to talk. Sometimes we used to forget it. So what is supposed to do? Just type it here. What content you want to talk? That is possible. Say for example, I'm just writing campus recruitment is all about like something. Okay, if you are very comfortable in talking, you can go ahead. Otherwise, if you just type it and you just look at this sentence and you can read it. Okay, so I'm just going ahead. Okay, so in this we are going to see this campus recruitment. So in this slide we are going to see campus recruitment is one of the source we are using. Normally most of the companies, like very top level companies, are using this campus recruitment process. So they are directly coming to the company, they are conducting a lot of test, interview and other kind of things. Okay, and they are recruiting the candidates and putting them as a management training, right? So this is what this campus recruitment is all about. Okay, once this recording option is over, just click the option stop recording. Just stop, that's all. If you want to know, if you're not happy with the record what you have given, you can do it click redo button. You just delete that narration and again you can record this. Recording is possible. And also before going to this, you can add preview. You can see the preview, right? So I'll just click the preview. So preview will open here. It's take another to do. Fine. This is So audio is playing now. Okay. So this is a preview here. So next, if you want to add some music, you can add here. Okay. No, I don't want to add music. Okay, leave it. Otherwise, you want to add some music, you can do it. Just select music here. So I'm using this Sleepway music. Maybe just clicking OK. Okay. So here, the music volume. Sometimes if you give a high volume of music, the content what you're giving, that won't be here. So you can able to reduce your volume of the music. That is possible here. Okay. Again, you can able to see the preview. Okay. The music is added, audio is added, image is added here. So along with the music, along with the audio, this video is playing. Okay. So this is where, then you just click next button. Okay. Again, it will ask you where this video have to be saved. Okay. And this particular video is WMV format. Okay. This WMV format, sometimes you cannot access it in YouTube channel. You cannot upload in YouTube channel, or in some of the player, this video player, this particular WMV format won't be worked out. Very simple. This WMV, you can convert it as a MP4. There are a lot of converting softwares or video converting softwares are available. You can convert that particular format in an easy way. Okay, so where it want to stay saved, this particular video, you can choose it. So I am choosing this in desktop. So here I'm choosing this FTP photo story. Okay. Okay. Just click save. Okay. Then click next. So it will take time. Very lesser time only. It will quick because it will quickly export things. Okay, fine. So you can view your story. It will be recorded here in the desktop. So you can view your story. So it was converted as a video. See. Fine. So this photo story software, which will help you to create a video by adding a text, by adding an image, okay, by adding an audio, by adding a music. So that is very possible. So how many slides you want to, how many images you want to add, you can add. For each image, you can add audio, you can add text. Okay, so that is possible in the photo story. But like for time for this, like for a 20 seconds video means like half an hour if you sit, you can develop this content in a perfect way, right? Okay, fine. So now we are going to come back to this PPT. Can you able to see the screen? Can you able to see the screen?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Okay.
Yes, madam.
After this Microsoft Photos, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
So after this, thank you. After this, we are going to see this video editing tool. One is OpenShot software. So this is this particular software is useful for Linux, and it is a free and open source software. Okay. And another, next we come back to animation tool. Adobe product is a Flash, is a licensed software. So using this, you can do a lot of animations. Then it is a software called Art of Illusion. This is also software which helpful for doing animations, and it is a free and open source software. Okay, then another software called Pencil software, Pencil.2D tutorial. Okay, this particular software you can do it 2D animations is possible. It is a free and open source software. So using this software, you can animate, you can drawing using this software, and this is comfortable for a Mac, OS, Windows, Linux. Okay. And other tool, the last final tool is authoring tool. It is like very simple integrating, right? Whatever the video, what you have created, images, what you have created, animations you have created in the graphic tool, 2D animation or 3D animation, whatever things you have done it, that you are integrating using this authoring tool. Okay, one first particular tool is exe tool. It is an open source web authoring tool. It is an interactive content. Okay, so this tool also will help you to club of mix of all those things what you have created. Okay, and next one is Zate. Zate is a software. Again it is an interactive content. Using this software, you can create a quiz, you can assignment, you can give an assignment, you can do a feedback module is possible in the Zate software. Okay. Then another software is authoring tool, that is Adaptive Captive. This is a proprietary software. You can add your own voice here, you can record your screen, you can develop your quiz is possible in Adobe Captive. Okay. And okay, this is a thing which I have taken as references. Right? And thank you. By this, I'm closing my session. Let me go for this interactive, whatever the queries, if you have, you can please post it in the chat box.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Really excellent presentation. Dear participants,
Okay,
if you
sir.
have
Okay,
any
sir.
queries or any questions, you can ask through chat box or unmute your mobile phone. You can ask one by one. Dear participants, do you have any queries?
Okay, thank you, madam. Conversation excellent. Okay, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. You can ask for this. Any clarifications, participants? Any questions from your side?
Hello.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Is there any for the 3D animation?
Yes, sir.
For the engineering graphics or engineering drawing?
No, I couldn't hear your
Is there
voice.
any
Yes,
tool
sir.
for showing the projection of solids? 3D animation.
Sir, can you put it in the... Yes,
3D
sir. 3D
animation tool.
animations. Sir?
I'll post in the chat box.
One
Okay.
minute, sir.
Okay. Any other questions from
1
participants?
minute, sir. So if I couldn't answer to your questions, like just note down my number so that you can personally just put a question, sir. I can answer for your queries. Is there any
Fine,
tool
ma'am.
for
Fine,
3D
ma'am.
animation just for engineering drawing? Sir, 1 minute, sir. I'll just show you. I've shown you like 3D animations. Okay, okay. Fine, sir, fine. Let me check and revert you, sir. This 3D animation software. Sure, I'll see to it.
Okay, ma'am. Fine, ma'am.
Okay.
Any other questions from participants?
So please note down my number. If any queries, if you want to relate to this e-content, you can just put it. I can answer.
Yes, ma'am. You can. Any other questions from participants? Okay, ma'am, shall we wind up with ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Participants, any questions, any queries? Okay, information from our side. Now we will post the feedback link in the chat box. You can fill it up. You can get your one session. Few minutes are going to wind up the session. Kalayvani madam, unmute your mute your mobile phone, please. Really, it is an interesting session, madam. Thank you so much for accepting invitation and sharing wonderful information. Say, need of the hour. Exactly, say need of the hour. Really, now we are every one of us going with the development of e-content. So really, you shared a lot of software related to our development of e-content. Really, thank you so much. Thank you so much, madam, on behalf of the KSR Women's College, for accepting invitation, sharing your valuable information. Thank you so much, madam. Naganandani ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And also, I thank our management and the principal for motivating us for organizing this kind of programs. So thank you to the management and my principal, Dr. M. Karthikeyan, sir. And I thank to our wonderful resource person today, Dr. Naganandani, ma'am, head of the MBA department, NAIR Institute of Technology, Coimbatore. Thank you so much, madam. And really, I thankful to our guru, Dr. D. Kumaresan, sir, Principal Lakshmana College for Women, for helping me for organizing this kind of faculty development program. Thank you, Kumaresan, sir. And I really thank our department faculty members, every one of us, for supporting me for organizing this kind of a faculty development program. Thank you, faculty members. And special thanks to, thank you, ma'am. And special thanks to one of our faculty, Dr. Mr. Kumar, for helping me all kind of technical support. He is one of the faculty of our department. Thank you so much, Mr. Kumar, for supporting me for all the times for organizing this program. Once again, I thank you all the participants who are spending your valuable time with us for this 1.5 or 2 hours. Thank you, participants. Now your feedback link is posted in the group. You can fill it up. I can get your certificate immediately. Thank you, one and all. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Dear participants, you just use the feedback link, fill it up. You can get your certificate immediately. So we are in the group. Yes, madam.
Sir, can we get this video? How can we go through this video?
Okay, ma'am. I lost the resource person. I'll share with you, ma'am, with your mail
Okay,
IDs.
sir. Thank you, sir. Because in the